What's up, Beijing? Today we find ourselves here for round number 4 of the Alternate Sunny League series here in Season 6, as today we're going to be racing in Shanghai. Looking at the standings, we see it's Sebastian Muller now leading the way 13 points ahead of Dave Gibson, who got a little bit closer. Then we see Emerson Gomez now falling down into third place, being now quite far behind the championship leader, with Sven Halberg being in P4, with then Victor Lewis closing the top 5. Then in the team standings, it is FCR still leading, but now the gap to Full Force is definitely becoming shorter and shorter, and now this very super lineup with Gibson and Halberg is starting to become more and more effective, with then LSA in third place, and we see Nordic Thunder overtaking Russo-British Racing for P4. Then we see Rapid Racing Team being tied with VO with 39 points. Now, coming into this race, today's topic will be the rookies, because as you can see, they've been struggling so far in this season, and it's the best result from a rookie this season so far. It's been P17 from Wayne Godfrey, and and Manuel Novak is definitely not doing better. They currently in P18 and P19, and if we could compare to previous season rookies, Roman Grenier and Soren Frederiksen, they're now currently battling for the top 10. Now, one might say that it's not a fair comparison, considering that these two drivers do have now one season of experience, but in the previous season, at this point, they were actually doing a lot better. As you can see, Roman Grenier was in P9 with Soren Frederiksen in P16, and yeah, the Danish would finish in P14 in the end, with the Frenchman finishing in P12 at the end of the previous season. So, with all of that said, now the question remains, will the rookies be able to adapt to this league and survive, or will they end up failing? Alright, here we go then. You see the start of a brand new qualifying system, but more simplified. Everyone will be on the same compound of tire, and now it's only going to last 5 minutes, so let's see who can put themselves here today for the race here in Shanghai. As we see now, just one turn to go. Who's going to be up there on this first lap? And it's going to be Muller, tied with Halberg. We did saw Halberg doing a very strong lap on the out lap. And then we have Gibson followed by Maxwell, who's tied, and we've got Leon tied with Vermeulen. Now here we go, we got Pulatov and Leon. Look at that, the Russian really flying here. We also have Gomez, who desperately needs to set a good lap. Muller is on an out lap, so his lap will not be good. Let's see now, can Pulatov improve? He can into provisional pole. Gomez goes into P8. And then we have, I think, Frenzy up there. Lewis did improve it to third, was actually quite far behind, but we still got Ivimaki in P18. We see now Lewis on the back straight now, just 2 corners to go. As he goes through the hairpin, now into the final turn here. Can he improve or not? It is quite at the end of the timer, and he improves into second place, but it's still blocked off at the front. I think we've seen Ziatek into third. Muller still in P4, obviously was on the out lap now. Muller flying, look at that. I think this might be for that pole position, but let's see now the final lap here. The judge will be taking the checker flag. Can Muller do it? Yes, he can! Right at the end, Halberg into third place. We see then Gomez up there. And that might be it. So let's then have a look into the starting grid here today. So, as we have a look then into the starting grid, we got Sebastian Muller, then with his second pole position of the season, starting just ahead of Ivan Bolatov, who will be starting alongside him. We got Sven Halberg in third place, followed then by Victor Lewis, and we got Emerson Gomez with Ziatek in P6, then we have Forenzi just ahead of Gibson, then we got Vermeulen with Leon in P10, then we have Maxwell, then starting P11, just ahead of both Links Racing, who did a very surprisingly good qualifying. Ribeiro Nakano, then we got Grenier. Starting only P14, that we have the Black Blizzard of Frederiksen, just ahead of Giancarlo Morelli. And then we have Leonardo Soares with his struggles continuing in this season with Novak, also in P18. And then we got Kivimaki splitting the rookies with Godfrey running up the grid here. So yeah, let's then get ourselves into the race 55 laps here in Shanghai. Alright, here we go then. The race is on as we got now Muller with a good start here. Bottas will just follow him as they cannot really do much here, but we see a lot of chaos happening right behind. I think we got then Gomez trying to go up the inside of Peter Lewis, but he could not make the move there. Then we see Bulatov still keeping second place, which could help the German quite a lot here. This is trying to run off into the distance. Then we got Lewis now trying to overtake the Russian for a 1-2 for FCR. Here he goes up the inside into the airplane and he takes second. Then we have Bulatov now down into third place. Gomez on the softs trying to overtake Halberg, who's racing on the hard tires, but as you can see, Lewis on those hard tires also showing pace. So let's see, maybe the tires are actually quite balanced here. As we see now, Lewis then into second place. Now Halberg could try and take third. We also got both LSAs right behind and both Lofars also very close to each other. With Bulatov right in the mix, also Maxwell not doing that bad. So yeah, Russo-British racing still continues to impress. But we see now Ferenzi overtaking his teammate there as they go side by side. But Gomez asserts his dominance as he goes back into P4. And now we see Halberg going up the inside and out the outside, and he makes the move. Now he makes the move also on Bulatov. It takes third. As we see Muller really just getting away. He's already looking to get away in the standings once again. And now Lewis in second place. This is perfect for FCR at the moment. As now we see the drivers going free wide there. Bulatov we have the inside, but Halberg does a nice switch back there. But I think Bulatov still has the speed, but now we see Gomez. Now it goes around the outside, completes the move then into third place. Maybe they got the setup right. And they found something that the others don't know, but we will see. It's obviously still very early in this race, so we cannot really say much. But as we see now, Bulatov still doing an amazing race in P4. And then we see Halberg is definitely struggling so far in this season. Now trying to overtake Vermeulen, he goes up the inside. But that overtake is actually not easy to make. That could mean that he might have a lot of traffic and he could be massively slowed down. So that's something that I think FCR will want to look into. As we see now Ferenzi is sort of falling down a little bit. As he now tries to overtake Vermeulen. But now being back at the front, it is Ferenzi. Still in P5. With then Halberg then in P6. Then we got Leon with Gibson. Now Gibson goes up the inside there. Can he do it? I think he is able to, yes. And we then see it's Halberg. Now going side by side with Ferenzi, but I think he has the move then, yes. Then we see Kivimaki continues to gain positions. Now he gets past Vermeulen. Then we see also Gibson and then Leon both passing Ferenzi there. He's actually struggling a little bit for pace. Then we see now Maxwell also having a go at the Hungarian. And now we see Kivimaki also right behind him. And yeah, what is happening to that LSA? Really not looking good so far. As he now goes back. Now he's fighting back against now Maxwell. As we see Gibson creating second place in the standings, but not having a good race so far, I would say. But now he gets passed by Leon there. And now Ferenzi as well. As we see now Gibson trying to fight back with the switch back there, but couldn't make it work. Now we see Halberg making a move on Bulatov. Maybe now the soft tires are starting to get slower, because we also see Lewis getting closer to his teammate. As we see here, Muller still leading the way though. But we will see now. Muller going to the pits. He will, but as you can see, oh, that's gonna screw up Lewis. Oh, huge drama there for FCR. The Canadian will lose out now. It's Gomez leading the way. As we see now, Muller will be right at the back. As we see at the front, there's still a lot happening. I think we see now Gomez is gonna beat as well. Let's see where it comes out. Should be behind Muller. But he is. Then we see Gibson now overtaking Leon. As we see now Ferenzi fighting back. Now he's gonna go for the overtake on Kivimaki, who's tried to switch back but couldn't make it work. And we then at the front see it's Leon getting a move down on Gibson. So yeah, Leon really looking very competitive today. We see now Muller trying to get past scot-free. We see now he has more speed. Can he keep the move? Yes, he can. Nicely done there from Muller. Breaking the car just in time. In the meantime, we see here it's Ribeiro. Currently in P11s, we see also Grenier. Now making the move on the Portuguese, also Mulatov on fresh mediums. Trying to overtake that VO as well, so yeah, he's done it. Now we see Kivimaki into the pits. Now it's the driver on the mediums, then pitting. We see now Muller with a nice move there on the Argentinian. And at the front we see the proper battle for position, as we see now Ferenzi around the outside of Leon. Now he has the RTT right ahead of him. We see that gradient orange to white car. And now we see Ferenzi up inside into the hairpin, and he makes the move. So Ferenzi up to P4. We're still 3 seconds behind Halberg. Now as you can see, this goes into the pits. Halberg will stay out. Let's see now. Lewis might have a lot of traffic, and as we see, Muller really getting a huge undercut here. So he now gets past Zitek. Now it's Ferenzi. He goes up the inside again. He seems to have more grip here, but can he keep it around the outside? Yes, he can. So Muller goes in into second place. As you can see, Lewis got massively undercutted, but now he has much fresher tires and he might be able to come back on the others. So there goes in the Scottish driver. Looking to maybe go around the outside if he had any space. As now we see Ferenzi into the pits. Halberg still staying out. Really extending those tires. Because now at the front we see Muller making the overtake already. And Halberg hasn't pitted yet. And that is quite fascinating, as we see now Gibson, he got past Lewis, and yeah, he has the softs. Even though they have less tire life, they might still be faster. Looking more towards the back, we got Zitek just getting past the Japanese driver. Then we have Leon and Ferenzi battling each other. As we see now Ferenzi trying to go up the inside of Leon there. Battling the next LSA driver. Here they go then. Can Ferenzi make the move on the Spaniard? He's gonna have the inside into the hairpin. Can he make it work though? He's quite far behind, but he still tries to do it. But Leon managed to defend it well. We see now Gibson battling Gomez and Bulatov, with Lewis right behind. These are all drivers that he's gonna have to overtake. But yeah, he definitely has a huge tire advantage right now. So patience is key, that is for sure. As we see now Halberg finally into the pits, as he goes into the soft tires now. And let's see, is Flowforce playing the strategy right? It is gonna be on the outside of the top 10. We got Gomez now, Lewis up the inside, is gonna try and overtake two drivers at the same time. Can he do it? Oh, I think he can, so there he goes, Lewis into second place. And what an amazing job that Lewis is doing so far. As we now see, it's Bulatov and then Kivimaki right behind. Try to maybe overtake the Russian driver. He's not really doing that bad in this race, that is for sure. But now we see then the Finnish driver, he has enough now. And he goes into P5 then. As now we see again! Gibson pitting, and it's Gomez this time being a victim. But now we see Kivimaki then into the pits. So yeah, the strategy really getting interesting. We also see Halberg now into a P5. And now we see Ferenzi also overtaking the Dutchman. Yeah, Albert now really doing some huge progress here on this second stint. Let's see now who he gets a little bit slow down there from Buladov, but now he's gonna have more speed there. Really not much that the Russian can do. Now he's gonna try and overtake Gomez, and he's done it as well. As now the LSA will dive into the pits. We see Muller right there. And look at that now, he's gonna be down in P9, just behind Suarez. As we start to see a few drivers making their second pit stops. And yeah, now the tire disadvantage for him might not be all that big. So we see here Muller versus Vermeulen now, and he makes a nice move there. Yeah, then we have Leon and Ziatek. As Leon now has the inside. And then we see Muller try the double overtake. Can he do it? He only got past one, but now he's gonna get past the other. Into the inside of turn 1, so he definitely made that one look easy. Even though he was undercutted by a few drivers. But as we now see, we got Ferenzi tried to keep Muller behind, but he couldn't do much now. Doing a free stopper. As we now see Gomez now looking to overtake Ivi Maki. He's already ahead now. But he has Maxwell right ahead of him. Doing a very interesting strategy. He's now on the hards, but as we see Ivi Maki right going side by side with the LSA. And as you see, he almost went free wide there, but Maxwell still keeps himself ahead of these two drivers. But I think Gomez will go there on this side, and he doesn't. Gomez has done it now. Ivi Maki will try and do the same now into the inside of the hairpin. But now we see a few drivers going into the pace here. We got Hallberg going into the hard tires. As we see right now, we got Muller just catching his teammates. Looks like he tried to make a move, but he couldn't do it. We see Lewis still defending pretty well, but now, as we see Muller getting a penalty. A very weird penalty, as we see now Lewis into the pits. Now he goes to soft tires, so he's definitely going to pit again. And so he's also going to go for a free stopper. As we see now Gomez trying to overtake Ziatek. Can he do it here? He's going to have the outside now. Can he keep the position there as we see? And I think he might just be able to do it. As we now see Ivi Maki just trying to get a move on the Polish driver. He goes up the inside there. But it didn't work. Now we see Hallberg right behind on much better tires. As we see now around the outside, he's in the middle, but that's not gonna work out for the Swedish driver. But now he's just losing time on this traffic, that is for sure. They might all be battling for position, but the tires that they have is just gonna cost time to Hallberg. But now he makes the move finally on Ziatek. And now he's gonna be focusing on Ivi Maki. As we see him here. Can he make the move or not? Let's see. Looks like Ivi Maki will just stay ahead. Let's see. Maybe Hallberg gets a chance there. Now he's gonna have a look into the inside of the hairpin, but he was just not close enough. So Ivi Maki will be staying ahead. Which is quite interesting that they do have the same amount of pit stops as we see. I think Muller into the pits, but now we see Hallberg making a move on that Nordic Thunder. But now he goes, I think, into second place, just behind his teammates. So it's a Flow Force 1-2 for the moment. As now we see Muller, who I think made his final pit stop. It's going to be a bit of a stretch. Would have probably been better going for the hards, but let's see. Now he's going to need to get past Bulatov, and then he's going to have a lot of clean air to make his undercuts more effective. Okay, we still got Lewis now on the soft tires with Hallberg on the hard tires. Well, at the front I'd say Gibson really not doing the best strategy here, I would say. Running first, he's gonna have to pit again, that is for sure. And he's gonna do it now. So Gibson pits from the lead. Now he's gonna be giving it to his teammates. But let's see where he comes out. It's gonna be a little bit behind, he goes into P8, so he's going to be just ahead of Suarez if he can keep that. I think he can. He's going to be ahead of Gomez, who has been a little bit under the radar today. As we see him now having a look on Suarez there. The main question is, will Suarez stay to the end? I think it might be a little bit hard for him. We see now Ferenzi making a move on Kivimaki. As we see the Finnish driver having to go into the pits again. We see right now Muller is trying to get past Leon, who gets a move on the LSA. But you know, he's really not looking to have the pace here, and now he gets passed again by the Hungarian. But now he's gonna go for the switch back. Can he do it or not as they go side by side? As we see now, looks like Ferenzi's won the battle. So yeah, Muller really just losing a lot with this. As then right behind him is gonna be Gibson, who probably did his final pitch stop. Also Gomes, so suddenly things are not looking good for the German, but now he does the double overtake. As we see now, Gibson has got past Ferenzi now. And now the Hungarian will let his teammate pass. We see Lewis into the pits. He goes then into P10, I think. Yeah, he's just gonna come out in P10 just ahead of Maxwell. Because in the meantime we got Gibson. Now still in third place we got Gomez trying to make a move on him, even though he has older tires. Let's see, he's trying to find a way past the Scottish. But now he's gonna have the inside line into the hairpin, and can he make the move there? He's gonna have to complete it around the outside into the sweepers, and now he gets third. Nicely done there by the Brazilian. So in third place, then right at the back we got Leon. Still being overtaken by a lot of drivers actually. So let's see who's going into the pits here. We got Hallberg. Now he's on a hard tire. He should go into the pits. Will Muller follow him? No, so Muller will stay out. Gomez should do the same then, and then Gibson. So yeah, this is when things get exciting. We see now Hallberg is gonna have to stay ahead of Kivimaki. No, Kivimaki will be able to get an overtake on him, but he has much older tires. We see now Lewis trying to overtake Hallberg. He goes at the outside, but that didn't quite work. Now he has Kivimaki right ahead of him, with Gomez and Gibson also battle each other. But I think he should be able to keep the position. As we see again now Hallberg going up the inside of Kivimaki, who still managed to defend that one. So yeah, Lewis obviously will be trying to overtake Hallberg to slow him down, as Muller is gonna try to win this race. As we see now Lewis going around the outside of Hallberg, who goes defensive. And he managed to defend that one. Look at that. This is also allowing for Kivimaki to just stay ahead. As we see right here now, Lewis around the outside. Can he make the move? Yes, he can. So Lewis should be in clean air, but maybe not, as we see Kivimaki is still fighting back. Now it's Hallberg around the outside. He's gonna try it, but Kivimaki really having some aggressive defending. And now he's gonna lose a lot of momentum there. You see now Kivimaki is somehow getting the position back from Lewis. And oh my god, Kivimaki really throwing his elbows out. As we see now Hallberg gonna try and overtake Kivimaki here around the outside, and now he's finally done it. Now we see Lewis finally getting the move done on Kivimaki, so I think the fighting might be done for today. But then now we see at the front, it is Gibson now, looking to get past Muller. He goes up the inside now to take the lead of the race. Can he do it? I think he can, so there he goes then, Gibson. Out of nowhere, he's the one with the lead. But you also see Alvarez has got past Gomez for third. And I believe that he can also get past the German and maybe even fight Gibson for the lead. We see now Tick Muller is done for in this race. We see now Hallberg looking to go up the inside of the German. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Now it's just 3 laps to go. Look at Hallberg Look at that, now he has the speed, look at that pace! Kisses will try to defend that one, but I don't think there's much that he can do. So Haber gets there, he takes the lead of the race now with just 2 laps to go. We then see Lewis trying to catch the Brazilian. To try and at least take P4, so that will be actually some amazing damage limitation for FCR today. Now we see Frenzy getting past Kivimaki. We got Albert then leading the way. What an amazing strategy from Full Force today. They really were 2 steps ahead, that is for sure. Because Albert really stood out for quite long on the first stint, even getting overtaken by drivers who have already pitted for the first time. But he managed to do an amazing comeback. And look at him here, look at him flying. This Halber will be crossing the line to take his first win of the season. As he wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Dennis Gibson taking second place for the 1-2 for the Flu Force. And then we see it's Muller then completing the podium. Looks like Louis got P4 in the end. With then Gomez and Ferenzi. Then we got Leon being essentially the best of the rest. With then Suarez actually in P8. What an amazing recovery, he actually did beat his teammates. Then we see Zitex just finishing outside of the top 10. A lot of action P9 with an amazing race there. And so that's the top 10 covered. We then have Zitex in P11, then it's Maxwell in P12 with Frederiksen P13, followed by Heuvermüller. Then you got Pio Ribeiro just ahead of Grenier, and then you got Novak. I think that is his best result so far with then Jet Calvarelli in P18. And then you got it's Godfrey with Nakano in last place. As we see, it is Kivimaki with the fastest laps. So let's then have a look into these standings. As we see now in the standings, it is Sebastian Muller still leading, but now it's only a 9-point gap with Dave Gissen, and now been getting a little bit closer now in these last 2 rounds. Then Sven Halberg, with his first win, now put himself into the frame here, with Emerson Gomez still falling down, with Victor Lewis now getting closer in the battle for the P4. We see also Miklos Ferenzi now in P6 overtaking Patrick Kivimaki, and we also see Leonardo Suarez with 2 top 10s in the last 2 races now, starting to climb up the ladder. And now in the team standings, it is Flow Force taking the lead, with FCR now being in second place. Then we see RRT now distancing themselves from VO as they were tied coming into these rounds, and now they're actually closer to SCP in the battle for P6, as we see also Black Blizzard getting closer to VO as they are trying to get back some of the positions that they have lost. And that's it for today's video. As for the next round, we're going to be racing in Monaco. So we'll see you there. Until the next time, goodbye.